bum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum 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 bum bum bum. Hey, did you know I'm going to be the next Rotary president?
That's real nice. I've never met a Rotary president before.
Well, I'm not really the president yet. I'm like the president-elect, and, you know, not yet, not till July 1st, and unless something happens to the current president.
Chief Walker.
Wes?
Yeah? What can I do for you?
Hi, this is Donna. I don't know how to say this, but I don't even know if you're the right person to talk to, but given that you're in security, I thought I would go to you. Is it okay if I talk?
Sure, continue.
Okay, well, I was talking to...
And that is how it started. It was another beautiful day in Santa Cruz when I got that call. I don't trust Donna, but then again, in my business, I don't trust anyone. Donna's story didn't seem likely at first, but then I asked a couple of questions around town and found out there was some buzz out there. And even if 1 ounce was true, old Frank was gonna find his ass swimming with the turtles. Turtles. I can't seem to get them out of my head. I decided to visit the man who knows everything about the Santa Cruz Rotary. I would need to start with Ian McKenzie.
Hey Wes, what can I do for you?
Hey, is Ian around?
Yeah, he's around. Why, is there a problem?
No big problem. I just need to ask him a couple questions.
Oh, all right, I'll go get him. Oh, by the way, you want to try one of our new turtles while you wait?
No, thank you. I had a fried Twinkie about a week ago and I'm still waiting to pass.
Oh, age catching up to you, huh? I'll be back.
Turtles. Why does it gotta be turtles?
Wes, I have no idea what's going on with Cabrillo Stage. Frank told me to hand him over the reins, and that is what I've done. As quick as the money comes in, Frank is there waiting at the meeting for the money. He even requires it in cash, something to do with the IRS. What can I say? My hands are tied.
That's the way I like them.
Hello?
Hey Terry, it's me. Yeah, Wes was just in asking a whole bunch of questions about Cabrillo College Stage and vacations. Anyway, the turtles came out wonderful, by the way. Just thought you'd want to know.
Okay, well, thanks for the heads up.
Ian wasn't much help, but he did point me in the direction of John Nordgren. John had been invited to the Rotary Club on several occasions. And as the leader of Cabrillo Stage, he'd accepted a rather large donation from the Santa Cruz Rotary.
How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Let's go to the office. We'll talk about this. Here's your stinking check. It's too big. No bank is gonna cash it. It won't even fit in their machines. Even Lighthouse Bank won't cash it. And I've seen them cash a note written in crayon on the side of a coconut. It's worthless. It's not worth the cardboard it's printed on.
Now it was becoming clear. Donna may be right after all. Where has the money gone? How could Frank, a marginal CPA at best, afford to take those nice vacations? How could he afford a hot wife like Terry? Truth is, he couldn't unless he was subsidizing his lifestyle with money that was earmarked for the Cabrillo stage, just like Donna said. I knew what I had to do. It was time to take action. I needed to bring in reinforcements. If this corruption had spread like I believed it had, then I would need my entire security force to help interview potential witnesses and victims. This was much bigger than I alone could handle. I had that turtle dream again last night.
State your name for the record.
Larry Wallerstein. Well, actually, I've known Frank a long time. I used to use Berger Lewis for about 30 years as my accountants until I started to hear the rumors that are afoot now.
How much money did the club donate to Cabrillo's stage this year?
You know, I've heard different figures. The first figure I heard was $3,600, but I've been hearing numbers all the way up to 100 grand, so not too sure.
State your name for the record, please.
Donna Murillo.
Donna, what did you know about Frank before you became president of the Santa Cruz Rotary Club?
Outside of that, I didn't know too much, except, well, he did marry above his station, I'll tell you that. I don't know how he got the wife he has.
How much money did the club donate to Cabrillo this year? Right, do you know?
Well, I heard it might have been close to $1 million, but you know, when I talked to Cabrillo Stage, they said they only saw about like $20.54.
Oh, my name is Larry Fogelquist. I didn't know very much at all. I kind of thought that he might be mafioso, though.
Did he mention anything about the turtles?
Turtles? No turtles. There was no turtle talk.
Okay. How much money did the club give to Cabrillo Stage this year?
Well, I don't know. That's probably something that happened in the meeting, and I usually go to my happy place in the meetings.
Fred Golick.
How much money are you aware of that the club donated to Cabrillo Stage?
I have no idea, really. I still don't. I'm confused by the information I received recently, but again, I have no idea.
Martine Bernal.
So it would be fair to say that you were in a position to answer questions about how funds have been allocated, given your position on the board?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's a yes or no answer, sir.
Yes.
Okay. It's been alleged that Frank Minuti has been redirecting some funds to supplement his personal lifestyle. Are you directly aware of any financial misdeeds on Mr. Minuti's part?
No, I would have thought the opposite, given his CPA experience. That I just assumed that actually the club was probably in the best position to be able to comply with IRS rules and stuff more than any other time.
Is he a good CPA?
I've never used him directly, but I just assume so.
Michelle Anderson.
Michelle, do you know why you're here today?
I thought it was to help with a club project. I don't know. You're making me nervous.
There's been some allegations that Frank Minuti has funneled funds from the Rotary Club to support his lifestyle. Otherwise, how did he get a hot wife like Terry? Are you familiar with any of those allegations? Can you expand on any of that?
No, I wasn't aware of that, although his wife is in fact hot. No,
Too hot for Frank, you would agree?
I don't want to go out on a limb there and say that, because I think very highly of Frank, but...
Are you sure it's
yeah.
not because of the alleged mafia connections?
I had never thought of that before, but now that you say it, I guess it is possible.
What's your name for the record?
Yes, Blaine Brokaw, past president, Rotary Club of Santa Cruz. I've been a member of the Santa Cruz Rotary Club since 1988.
Now, did you know Frank Minuti prior to his involvement with Santa Cruz Rotary or via Santa Cruz Rotary?
I knew Frank Minuti from his father, who was a local hair stylist / barber, and my dad used to go to that barber shop when I was a kid.
There's been some allegations that Frank's involved with the mafia. Was that barbershop part of the mafia connection that Frank had?
You know, that barbershop had a door that led to a darkened back room. And when I went in with my dad to see Mr. Minuti, my dad would go through that door and then he'd come back. And he always had a magazine with him.
Do you know anything about turtles behind that door?
Turtles. Turtles. Turtles behind a door. Boy. There might have been turtles back there, but I think it was mostly just dirty magazines.
Please state your name for the record.
Karen
Janet
Beeson.
Glutch.
One at a time, please.
Janet Glutch.
Karen Beeson.
Okay, the one on the left first, and then the one on the right.
Which left? Your left or our left?
Sharon Caioca. Caioca is an Italian last name, by the way, and I'm not Italian, but my husband's Italian.
So is that a secret message way to communicate that you're part of the mafia that Frank's involved in?
No, but I do know a little bit about the mafia. And the reason I know a little bit about the mafia is because my husband and I, we went to Sicily about 2 years ago, and I knew at that time that Frank was going to be president. So when we went to Sicily, as I usually do when we travel, I did a makeup meeting. So I went to the Rotary makeup at Taormina, and they know a lot of people in Palermo, in Taormina. And so I had said that Frank Minuti was going to be our president, upcoming president, and the whole room just shut down. It just went totally blank. I don't know what was going on, but gave me chills. And of course, when I went back to the car where my husband was, I said, "What is up with Frank?" you know, they know him over here, and do you know anything about this? Of course, Fred, he says, nah, I'm from Tuscany. I don't know anything about Sicily. And that was it.
Can you describe Frank Minuti in 5 words?
I'm going to use one word. This is from my experience. No. N-O.
Funny, considerate, straight talker, that's hyphenated, that's one word. Kind, helpful.
In school, were you part of the colon police? Did you get people for punctuation? I noticed that you were a stickler on that hyphenation, going to make sure that you got an extra word in there. Michelle, do you cheat on your taxes?
No, I don't.
Does Frank do your taxes?
No, he doesn't.
Solo cinque parola? Mannaggia. Oh. Facce brutte e testa dura.
Do I need to censor that? Am I have to bleep those words?
No, it means ugly face and hard head.
Oh, okay. Can you describe Frank Minuti in 5 words?
Frank's a good old boy that's very conservative, very loyal, and has high integrity.
Sir, I asked you to describe him in 5 words, not a paragraph.
Well, paragraph, 5 words, I needed to say what I said.
Can you describe Frank Minuti in 5 words?
I don't think I could. 1 word?
1 word?
1 word. Turtle.
I had everything I needed to...
It's July 1st! Ah! Cha-cha-cha!
I'm Terry Lunzer Minuti, and I'm Frank's wife. Almost 2 years now. September 1st, it'll be 2 years since we got married. Frank and I went on a trip to Hawaii a couple years ago. On the last morning, Frank said, you know, we've had such a good time, but I feel terrible. I promised you that we'd see turtles, and we haven't seen any. So I said, Frank, don't worry about it. You can't control that. And so we went to the beach later on that morning, and lo and behold, there was a pair of turtles, great big ones, that were right up at the beach. We were in water up to our shoulders at most, and they started swimming around us, and it was just this magical moment, as if the universe was saying, you know, we like you two as a couple. I don't know, it was just very interesting for both of us. And the Hawaiians have an interesting belief that the turtles are really their ancestors. So it just made it a fantastic moment for us and somehow changed our relationship and made us even closer.
What has Frank's leadership meant to the club this year?
Well, it all depends on how this comes out. You know, before this, I would have said that everybody really appreciated it. He's stepped up, he's done a lot of things behind the scenes. He's attended more things than I can count, and he's been there for everybody and for everything, and very, very responsive. So those are the good things, and I don't know about the rest yet.
What's Frank's leadership meant to the club this year?
It's meant a lot to the club. It's brought us back to our core values in Rotary, for, whatever those are. There have been some really good programs this year. The programs have been good. I don't know of anyone that quit the club in protest over Frank's presidency, so that's a good change.
You know, I was happy that that Frank thought so highly of me to select me as the head detective. But then again, I thought that, well, maybe his leadership skills were a little lacking, and why would he pick me, for example? You know, an easy mark. But, you know, when I think back to the meetings over the past year, I think I was comfortable at all the meetings. He was a real comfortable president.
What's Frank's leadership meant to you in the club this year?
I would say he seemed to really enjoy it. His consistent enthusiasm was very touching, I think, to me personally. He seemed to really want to be there and want to do it.